Hi, I'm Raya.
And I'm Brandon.
And you're watching
More Love with R and B. And today we are talking about entanglements.
Yeah.
Now, originally we weren't going to say nothing about this.
Nope.
Because there's really no shock there. Will and Jada doing what they do, there's no shock there. So what's the point in talking about it? However, so earlier, August Alsina came out with a video. He came out with a song called Entanglements. And so we wanted to jump on here just to talk about not even just the definition of entanglements, but like what it does to marriages. Because that has been put on public display and is extremely obvious. So, first thing we want to say is, everybody knows about the whole situation with Will Smith, Jada Pinkett. They were separated legally, not legally. I don't know. It's really not our issue. But they were separated, and during the separation, Jada decides to go out and make herself happy. And part of that making herself happy, she linked up with R&B artist August Alsina, and they had a relationship, aka entanglement. That's the new hashtag going around these days. And it just got really, really messy.
Yeah.
Jada brought herself to the red table and said what she said. She said as much as she wanted to say, and she has every right to do that. And then, people can think, well, that's all she's going to say about it. Case is closed. Like anything else in society and social media, let's just move on. Nope. Here comes August Alsina with a song. Oh my gosh. And I can't think of a weirder and yet better way to respond to someone who's kind of denying the substance of a relationship. Not saying it was right, but essentially she's denying the like she didn't really come out and say what happened. She's like, an entanglement. Even Will was like, entanglement.
She kind of belittled,
right,
at least what he thought the relationship was.
Right. And so the problem with doing that with a music artist is they can write songs about it and then put it out. And I think as of this time of us shooting this video, the song I think has been out for less than 24 hours. It's already got like millions of views already.
That's crazy.
In just less than a day. So
I would love to get 1 million views in less than 24 hours. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. We would love for you to do that.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, we can continue on.
No, you're good. So we're just going to share a few thoughts and then we're going to be done with this. I personally think that once the song was released, I was just filled with so many like mixed emotions. Just as a fan, like as an onlooker. I don't have any authority over any of that stuff. But on one hand, I'm listening to the song and I'm like, yo, this joint kind of go, I was kind of feeling it, right? And on second hand, I'm like, if I'm Will Smith, yo, I'm busting one of these, like, hey, yo, for real, yo, so needless to say, I had a lot of mixed feelings about the fact that the song came out. Also, Rick Ross is on the song rapping, and I've never been a Rick Ross fan, but he had all these gems about Will Smith and Jada, and I'm just like, that's pretty creative. It's like it's not a bad song, but then it's a bad song.
Yeah,
it's a messy topic to make a song about.
Yeah, and so we wanted to bring all of that to say, when you decide to bring someone into your marriage, it can get messy. Whether you are cheating, whether you decide to have side relationships that your spouse approves of, because didn't they say that Will approves?
He gave permission. Allegedly.
Or if you are separated and decide to have something going on, whenever you invite anybody into your marriage, it's going to create mess. I think we even have a video, we have to find it, that just talks about being very careful who you invite into your marriage, just for friends' sake.
Oh, God.
Like,
yes.
even parents and in-laws and friends.
Oh,
like,
yes.
you should not invite people into your marriage in any kind of close or intimate way that you don't trust, that isn't there for the betterment of you guys.
Right.
And definitely not intimate side relationships at all. But August wasn't there to help push Jada back to her husband.
I don't think that.
So that relationship that they had just created a lot of mess. And when they decided to break it off, her and August, or whatever the case may be, and she decided to get things right, you can't expect things to just go back hunky-dory. You invited somebody into your marriage.
Right, and you can't control how he responds to that. Like,
clearly.
You can't. So I would say, too, like, one of the things that we always say, like, do what works for you.
But that don't work.
That don't work at all. And I feel like, there are a lot of circumstances, and we've taken, the past couple of years to talk about some of those circumstances. We've even been in really dark places in our marriage where we were like, yo, is this gonna work? Is this gonna last? But even when you separate, like, you should always separate, if you have to separate, with the intention to reconcile.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into, the different scenarios in which, some people feel like they need to divorce somebody. We're not going to get into that. But if there is room to reconcile and you need to separate to do that, then the purpose is not to go out and get all entangled with any and everything else. It's to do whatever you need to do to get yourself right to come back to your spouse.
Absolutely.
Like, separation is another form of for better or worse. Worse.
Right.
They were at worse.
Right.
Okay? But then what do you do to take steps to get back to better? And this was just one of those things that just goes to show you, like, people start feeling themselves and they feel like they have the ability and power. And it don't even mean anything that they're celebrities. This was just a situation where, like what she said, I just wanted to feel good. Like, yeah, that's all about you. And marriage is clearly, I vowed to do these things for you, like, period. Whether you do anything or not, like, I'm vowing to do these things for you. So.
And I want to say, I love Will and Jada.
Of course.
I love their outlook on a lot of things. And I love the choices and the freedoms that they choose, even to a certain extent as it pertains to marriage. If you haven't seen one of the earlier Red Table Talks that Jada had with Will, about, I am not here to make you happy and you're not here to make me happy, and just, giving each other space to find happiness but still being committed to one another and all of that. If that works for you, that's fine. But my thing is, what can we do? What things can we put in place to make sure that our marriage lasts?
Yeah.
What you do isn't going to necessarily work for me. What we do isn't going to work for you. And so if they decided that they needed to separate for the betterment of their marriage, not for the betterment of me, you know what I'm saying? But for the betterment of our marriage, I think I need a little bit of space to clear my head. Okay, great. Yeah. Do that. But if you start doing things that can compromise the health of your marriage, then that's something that we don't agree with, because we want marriages to work and to last. And unfortunately, 4 years or so has passed.
Yeah.
It looks like they were in a better space, and then all of a sudden, these skeletons come out of the closet, and we have no idea how this is affecting their marriage.
Right.
So I really do feel bad for them. I want to see them hopefully move past this. I hope it doesn't cause any setbacks or issues in their marriage.
I mean, they're looking at 20-something years, man.
I want to see them thrive. They've been doing so well. So our hope is that you would see their example and realize that just because you say you separated doesn't give you the license to start getting yourself entangled in people, substances, bad habits, whatever that can put you and your marriage in jeopardy.
Yeah. So the last thing we'll say is, all over, Facebook, YouTube, we've been dropping the hashtag no entanglements. So please post that every time you get a chance. I think some people do take this as a joke. I mean, because we're looking at celebrities and it's like, oh, y'all knew Will and Jada had an open, like all that stuff is like, These are still two people, and these two people have children as well.
And they really do love one another.
Yeah, I believe that. So it's like, it's not really funny. I mean, because that's how we do in society. We kind of laugh at, celebrities because they put themselves out there. But this is one of those times where it's kind of serious. It's like, look, this has gotten messy like real fast. 4 years ago this happened, and yet within, less than a month? Couple of weeks, all this stuff has unraveled. And it's gotten really messy. The side guy put out a song about another man and that man's wife. Like, that's crazy. So, if you're out there and you are not entangled, go ahead and drop hashtag no entanglements in the comments section.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate that. If you're new to our channel, please feel free to subscribe. Once again, we'd love to keep you around. We're going to continue to talk more about stuff that strengthens marriages and encourages marriages, no matter what stage you are. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
We appreciate it.
Bye.